Bonjour, today's lesson is about la famille, family. So here we have our set of vocabulary. You already have this on your own, but just to go over it one more time, everything that is here, these are all the masculine words, and everything that is over here, these are the feminine equivalents. So we have un père, and next to it we have une mère. So you can kind of see how that works. Remember with un beau-père, un beau-frère, une belle-mère, une belle-sœur, that the French language really hasn't figured out how to call families with step-parents and step-siblings. So it can get a little confusing because beau-père can be both your stepfather or your father-in-law. In English, we have separate words for these, but in French, they don't. So it does get a little bit confusing, and sometimes you just have to be very specific and say my mother's husband or my husband's father, okay? Because in French it's the same word. So if you're going to be able to talk about your own family, you need to know the word for my. And in French, the word for my actually has 3 different words, just like the word for the is 3 different words, le, la, and les. So in French, we have masculine, feminine, and plural words for the word my. Okay? It's my father, mon père. My mother, ma mère. My parents, plural, mes parents. Now, what gets tricky here, especially for learners of French who speak English, is that the masculine or feminine changes based on the word that's being described. So if it doesn't matter if a girl says my father or a boy says my father, it's going to be mon père, because père is the masculine word, okay? So whether a boy says my mother or a girl says my mother, doesn't matter. Either way, it's going to be ma mère, because mère is a feminine word. And again, plural, mes parents. If the word is plural, whether or not it's masculine or feminine, use mes. So again, it depends on the word that is being described. My father, father is being described, mon. My mother, mother is being described, ma mère. Okay? That means that you'll never hear anyone say mon mère, because it's grammatically incorrect. You might hear it, but it's grammatically incorrect. Ma mère, always. Same thing if we're talking about cousins. If you're talking about my male cousin, mon cousin. My female cousin, ma cousine. Just like cousin changes to cousine, mon changes to ma. Okay? Or mes cousins if it's plural. If you had plural female cousins, you would have an E in here, mes cousines, but it would still be mes. Next, the word for your. We're going to talk about what's mine and what's yours. So, just like we have mon, ma, mes, we have ton, ta, te. And it's ton, ta, te depending on whether the word that follows is masculine, feminine, or plural. So just like we saw with mon, ma, mes. Père is masculine, so if it's your, we're always going to see ton before it. Mère is feminine, so if it's your, we're always going to see ta before it. Parents is plural in this case, so anytime we see parents and it's your, tes parents. Ton père, ta mère, tes parents. Same with cousins. If it's your male cousin, ton cousin. Your female cousin, ta cousine. Your cousins plural, tes cousins. We're going to talk about one more grammatical element in this video, and we're calling that element possession with de. So I've given you 2 sentences here. They mean the same thing. One is in English, one is in French. So the first sentence, my mother's sister is my aunt. Okay? In English, we can use S apostrophe to show possession. Excuse me, the apostrophe S to show possession. Okay? In French, an apostrophe S doesn't exist. It only exists in English. Okay? So, in order to show possession, they use de, which here means of. Okay? So, la sœur de ma mère means the same thing as my sister's mother. It literally translates to the sister of my mother. Okay? La sœur de ma mère. My mother's sister, the sister of my mother. Okay? It has the same meaning, it's just a different order of words. And in French, we have to order it like this. We have to use de. Okay? So, la sœur de ma mère est ma tante. The sister of my mother is my aunt. Okay? Or in English, we might say, my mother's sister is my aunt. Okay? But in French, we can't use that apostrophe S. It does not exist. So here's another example of a possession with de. Okay? So in English, we have my father's brother is my uncle. All right? In the French, my father's brother becomes the brother of my father. Means the same thing, different order of words. Le frère de mon père. Okay? The brother of my father. Et mon oncle. Le frère de mon père et mon oncle. Okay, that was a lot of good information, so I hope you took very good notes, and I will see you next time. Bonne chance!